quick question. How old do you feel? Now, I'm not asking what age would you like to be. I'm asking how old do you feel? Just pause for a second and think about it. Now, if you have answered you feel much younger than you are, well done. And you might be like my friends. I recently asked a question at a dinner party, and a lot of them said, I feel like a good 2 decades younger than I am. And it might surprise you, but quite frankly, I feel the same. I'm 47 at the moment, but I actually feel like 25. I personally feel not much in my physical and mental health has actually changed since I'm 25. Do I want to be 25 again? No, I love the age I am, and you're certainly not going to find me wearing the same skimpy tops I did when I was 25. But that feeling is certainly the same. Now, you may have answered, I feel older than I am. And if that's the case, I urge you to really listen now. There are so many scientific studies that show there's a direct link between the age you feel and your physical and mental health. So people who feel younger show less cognitive decline, better cardiovascular health. There are so many studies on that subject. Now, I'm not a neuroscientist, I'm not a doctor, I can't tell you exactly why that is. I suspect it's probably your brain. If it thinks it's 25, it's going to act like 25 in terms of how it manages your body. I don't know, but it's scientifically proven. If you feel younger, you are younger. And in fact, I recently had a proper health check, and my biological age, surprisingly, is much younger than my chronological age. So that's good news. Now, if that is not the case for you, don't worry, it's not all doom and gloom. I actually would like you to do a little experiment. Think about a time where you felt truly happy and content, and you felt like that age, wow, if I could go back to that age, it would be marvelous. And to be honest, a lot of people who have asked that question, if they felt older than they are, quite often they did have an underlying health issue, quite often a chronic one as well. So obviously that's something you can't influence, but you can still change how you feel and have a positive impact on your body and your health, especially also your mental health. So go back in your mind, what was that age? And what specifically was it that made you feel so content? And it has to be over 20. Because let's face it, when we were kids, we always wanted to be older than we actually are. And then there comes a point in your 20s where it stops. And you go like, okay, that age is probably the one I could be for the rest of my life. So that's another little pointer if you're struggling a little bit to go back in time to find that particular age point. And then take that useful energy. And I know it sounds a bit like hoo-ha, but seriously, take that useful energy from that time and harness it. It doesn't mean you have to have a full-blown midlife crisis. It doesn't mean we have to dress like we are in our 20s again or act like it. But what we like to take from that is that useful drive. And tell your brain, hey, I feel like 25 or whatever the age is you have chosen. And you will notice some real benefits. So if you have answered you feel older than you actually are, try that little experiment for the next 30 days. Tell your brain every single morning, hey, I feel like 25, and try to harness that useful energy. Because let's face it, you're not too old to try something new. Did you know that the most successful startup founders are over 45? Yep, we all think startup founders are in their 20s and they're doing that. No, the successful ones are over 45. So what's stopping you from starting a side hustle or changing your career? I mean, at 45, let's face it, you're not even halfway through your career, and nothing is stopping you to pivot again in your 50s. Especially if you harness that youthful energy. So I guess age really is just a number. It all depends how you feel. And I certainly hope you are feeling youthful. And if you're not, well, you know what to do about it now. I see you again next week. Take care. Bye.